present in the now. Be present with yourself, because what is feeding this perspective that is shaping your reality? I want you to understand that your life is a series of development, self-growth, and it's a continuous process, and you have to always constantly do the work. The thing will be added onto you like, boom, just like that. Hola, 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 hola fam, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, you are welcome. My name is Akorede, and you can definitely call me Kore. Here it's all about intentional living, encouraging you to embrace the power in your story, your uniqueness, and as well owning it. Please do make sure to subscribe before you leave. Give this video a thumbs up if you really do like it. And to my OGs, to my wonderful fam bam who have been here riding with me, welcome back. Good to see you. I hope you're doing good. All right, on this one, I have something very interesting to share with you. 8 things that every young mind out there needs to know now. In case you don't know it before, or in case you've forgotten, just know that this is my little way of saying, girl, wake up, boy, wake up. You gotta be reminded by this 8 important key points, because these are things that you should imbibe in your person. You should imbibe in your being as you keep growing through life. The first thing is, perception is reality. The way you see life, the way you perceive things, the way your mind is channeled towards certain things in life, it is really, really important. And that is your reality. So I am that kind of person that the way I see life is that people have to be there for me 24/7. Like if I call you on the phone and you don't probably pick up my call immediately, you're not a good person. That is, if that is how I perceive life, that is my reality. No matter what anybody tells me, no matter what anybody tells me to change that perspective, I will not change it, because that is how I see it. Until I then decide and choose to say, okay, Kore, the way you see this thing is not actually right. Or maybe I read something, or I learned something new, or someone said something and it just hit me. And I'm like, oh wow, this perspective that I have before, it is not right. Kore, you have to change it, right? The way you perceive life is your reality. Now, the question now is that, what feeds your perception? Oh my goodness. Are you feeling me, brothers and sisters? Oh, I think you are. Okay, so what is feeding this perspective that is shaping your reality? That is where the clause is. That is where the problem now lies. So for every young person out there, be careful as to what you let shape your perspective in life. Don't let hurt shape your perspective. Don't let people's bad behavior or how people treat you. Don't let how people treat you negatively. Now I can't even talk. So don't let how people treat you negatively affect your perspective. Be very conscious and self-aware enough that you are guarding the things that shape your perspective. So things I want you to take out from this is that your perspective shapes your reality, and what you let shape your perspective becomes your reality. So you have to be very careful. Number 2 is, everything is temporary. Both the good, the bad, the ugly, the happy, the joyful, the fun moment, those moments that get you, ooh, grooving. Those moments are temporary. Everything that you experience in life. I was just thinking about this when I was preparing this video, that Kore, there was a time whereby you never even ever thought that you could actually even probably get to the point in your journey with education that you will have a master's degree. And boom, life happened. I got a master's degree. And then I was still basking in the aura of, oh, yeah, we got a master's degree. And boom, the celebration is over. That celebration was temporary. Yeah, I have it. We celebrated it, but now it's over. Can we move on? When you think you scratched the surface now, oh, darling, wait for it, because there is still more surfaces to scratch. There is still more territories to dominate. There's still more things that God will do through you and in you. So don't feel bad when things are not going so well for you now, or at a particular phase in your life. Understand that this too shall pass. It is just for time being. It is temporary, and I'll move past this by God's grace. Just understand that whatever thing you're going through now, it is just a patch. It is a part of your story, and God is still writing your story. And also understand that life is in seasons and phases, like seasons and times. Things change. There's some things that you'll go through now and you'll be like, how do I come out of it? I can remember a time in my life whereby things were really going in some type of way, and I'm like, whew, wow, this will never end. It felt like it was forever. But boom, look at me now. Look at me now. Hey, look at me now. Ooh, look. And that's not to say that right now in this phase and season of my life, there are not still things that I'm like, Jesus, take the wheel, take it from my hands. Yeah, there's still seasons. There are still things. I don't know why I can't even talk. There are still things in my life right now that I'm like, oh my God, God, just step in. God, just help me. And still, there's still some things in my life I'm like, oh my God, can this moment never end? But it's seasons and time, and you have to understand that life is in twists and turns, and however it turns, something gotta keep you going. And I'll tell you about that something at the end. Okay, let's just keep going. Number 3, I want you to understand that no one owes you anything. You have to create the life that you want. I talked about this in my book, Navigating Your Youth, the one I released last year. And if you've not gotten that book by now, no, I'm just looking at you. I'm just looking at you. Nothing's too serious. I'm just looking at you. But if you've not, if you've not gotten that book, you need to get it. As a young adult, growing and navigating your youth, navigating this young phase or this season and phase of your life, you need that book. Like, you need it somewhere in your archives where you can always go back to it and pick up some things or remind yourself or refresh your mind about some things. I talked about this in that book, that no one owes you anything and you have to create a life that you want for yourself. Because there's just this sense of entitlement that we have as young people. We feel like, you know, because we are young, we are entitled to some things. Our parents care, their money, or people around us, the adults around us, or life itself. You feel entitled to life, that I'm too pretty for that, you know, that we just want some things to go for us in a particular way. And when it's not going that way, or people are not cooperating with us in that way we are thinking, we now start feeling like, you know, you gotta start feeling some type of way. But I want you to understand that no one owes you anything. No one is, in fact, not even your parent. They do not owe you anything. They've done all they can do, which is to bring you to this world, and they've given you their best to whatever stage of phase you are right now. Now is the time for you to take your life by the horn and grab it and run with it and make it what you want it to be. Number 4 is the importance of being present. Oh my goodness. Whew, how do I say this? You know how time is going on its own pace, not caring about you, not even thinking about you. Time is doing its own thing. We tend to want to rush things as young people. We tend to want to go ahead of ourselves sometimes, or we see things around us, especially now that you can see what's happening in another person's life, in quote, because we have social media. You can see that, oh, that 20-year-old lady already has a Benz, or that 18-year-old girl is now an influencer, or that 25-year-old guy is doing so amazing, and you're like, oh, I also want to do this, I also want to be that. And then because you are fast-paced, you want to really achieve, you miss out of the juiciness, the beauty of your process. You miss out of the beauty and the lessons and the fun of this season of your life, because your mind is fixated on, oh, that's where I'm going, I'm running there, I want to go and get there, I'm going there fast, I want to quickly get there, and then you miss out. I was having a conversation with my friend last year when I was feeling unmotivated about YouTube, and she was telling me that in as much as I'm not seeing the growth I really wanted to see, she said that when I eventually get my goals that I want to act, she said that, you know, it is very possible that you eventually get it and you will not feel that excitement that you think you feel now. And I said, why did she say that? She said, because I am not paying attention to the small wins as I journey through there. So when I rush it and I eventually get there, it is like, fine, and I'm here, okay, what next? Let's move on, you know? I'm not paying attention to see that, oh my goodness, there are so many young people that have come across my video and their life has been blessed. Oh, there's just that one person that was struggling about this and found my video and they found it really impactful. I'm not reminding myself of the beauty of my journey, and that is the beauty of the process. That is the beauty of the journey. So I'll say that I reminded myself again that Akorede, the audience of one. And that's why I'm tying this to that, because that's something I can somewhat relate this to. And what I can say to you is that enjoy this process so much that you will look back and you remember each detail of how you eventually got to that place you really want to get. Present in the now. Be present in what you're doing. Be present in this season. Be present with yourself, because you help yourself to pay attention to you and you see more beauty in yourself. You get to even know yourself better. But when you're trying to rush to get to that place that you feel like is far-fetched, you've missed out so much. And when you get there, there's a sense of unfulfillment. Meanwhile, you've achieved your goal, but it's just a sense of unfulfillment around that goal eventually. So what happens is that you were not present enough to enjoy the process and as well be present in the moment as you grow. No, number 5. Do what you love and love what you do. Now, I'm sure you'll be like, what I love is not earning me money. Do it. Oh, what I love is far-fetched. I can't even get a job in that regard. Keep trying. Keep learning. Keep feeding your mind about that thing. So what this is in summary, and what this is just saying to you is that when you like something, you want to do something, you feel desire that, oh, I really want to do this thing, or I like this thing. Feed that desire. Because life is too short to be like, oh, I like it, but I don't know how people will perceive it. Do it! Oh, okay, I just shouted. Do it! Like when there's just something beautiful about when you feel like doing something, when you see yourself becoming, when you see yourself actualizing the things that you dream or think of, or that you're inspired by, the person that you want to be. So far, you're pleasing God, and you're honoring God in your journey and all of these things. Do what makes you happy. Don't stay stuck in a place because you are scared of what's on the other side or what's on the other end. Do what you love. Focus on bringing so much joy and happiness to this beautiful life that God has given you. Number 6 is strive to break negative family trends. I talked about this again also in my book, Navigating Your Youth. You can check my description box for the link to the book if you would like to get it. So this point is basically that you should strive every day of your life as you wake up in the morning, as you go about your day, as you do everything that you do, strive to break negative family trends. Because if you're not in, if this is not in your consciousness, if this is not in your subconscious and your awareness, you just do things anyhow. You just be going, doing things. Meanwhile, subconsciously or in your unawareness, you are replicating negative family trends. That if you are just paid attention, if you are just slowed down and reflect more, you would have realized that, this is the thing that ruined my parents. I cannot pick it up again and do it. Oh, these are the things that, in my family, their health is not so fantastic. At this age, things happen like this to people. I gotta work on it. I have to live a more healthy life. Because if you are not aware of these negative family trends that are going on around you or that is happening in your family, you will not be able to break it. Who will break it? You won't break it. Nobody will break it. If nobody's paying attention to it, nobody will break it. And you guys will keep passing it generation to generation. Somebody needs to stand and say, you know what? I dare to be different. So you have to be that person. If you're watching this video now, maybe this is the Holy Spirit trying to tell you that you have to be that person to break that negative family trend. Or maybe the Holy Spirit trying to tell you that, oh, awake. Get awake. Awaken my daughter, awaken my son. There is something in your family that you need to work on. You need to start praying about it. You need to start taking actions to make sure that this does not repeat itself in your life. So you have to be aware and strive day in, day out, in prayers, in your day-to-day activities, in your personal development, in everything that you find yourself doing. You are aware and strive to break those negative family trends. And the 7th thing is that being happy takes work. And that's one of the core of this channel, being intentional. And the fact there is so much strength and value and power in you being intentional, because when you're intentional, when you know that all the days of my life I have to be intentional, it helps you out in your career, in your spiritual life. Because intentionality, what being intentional does to you is that it helps you to attract the things that will somewhat not probably come natural. Because the way life is, it is very easy for you to get stressed. It is very easy for you to get overwhelmed, get pressured and all of that. But when you are aware that being happy takes a lot of work and you are intentional about it, and you tell yourself, like, this morning I'm going to play music, I'm going to worship the Lord this morning and set my day right so that nothing steals my joy. I know when I step out, a driver can be going crazy. I want to bomb my car. I will not let that person affect me. I will stay joyful. Oh, my family can call me and say, oh, they need money and I don't have money to send to them. Oh, no. In the midst of this thing, I will stay happy. Oh, my goals are not aligning and they're not going the way I wanted to go. I know it's not going to go the way I think it might go sometimes. But what in the midst of these things, I will stay happy. It is an intentional and a deliberate action that you will have to always take all the days of your life, because being happy, it takes a lot of work. It takes you to shut your mind down towards some things. It takes you to change your perspective back to point one about some things. It takes you to channel your mind in the particular kind of way so that nothing will steal your joy, nothing will steal your happiness. You have to do a lot of work. At the same time, not make it feel like it's a lot of work. Make it a lifestyle. Imbibe it into your being. I want you to understand that your life is a series of development and self-growth, and it's a continuous process, and you have to always constantly do the work. Now, to the eighth and the most important point, guys, that put God first. Put God first, and that's a period. You see, when God is at the front line of your life, when you put God at the center stage, right? When you say, hey, my best guy, take the lead, take the front row, I follow. It is basically you giving a total surrender of your life to the one who created you, to the one who can handle it with the best and premium care, with the one that would handle it in such a way that not even a scratch would touch it. And in terms of shaping your perspective, in terms of choosing happiness, in terms of all of those things I have mentioned so far, once God is at the center of it, it means that what you're feeding your mind is so spirit-filled. What you're feeding your spirit and your soul and your body, you are an embodiment of Christ Jesus himself. You eat that lives inside of you. Ha! Is greater than all these things that you will come across in life. And when is the best time for you to actually imbibe this? Now that you are young, now that your energy is high, you have time to yourself. Now is the time to deepen yourself more in God and put him first and make it in nature. Make it that in such a way that there is nothing that happens in your life that you don't consult God first. It saves you time. It saves you energy. It saves you from making mistakes. It saves you from getting hurt. Basically, just put God at the center of it, and every other thing will be added onto you like, boop, just like that. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope that this video was really a blessing to you. I hope that this video gave everything that you should give. Don't forget to leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about it. Which of the points have you been aware of before? Which of them is new to you? And which of these key points will you start working on? Let me know in the comment section. Thank you all so much for watching, and I love you so much. Don't forget to make peace at all times. Spread love and be you. I love you. Mwah. Bye for now.